Hello everyone, welcome back to my series on the Black Ops 3 mod tools and creating a zombies map. And in today's video we are going to be doing doors and debris, basically just paid blockers as a whole, as well as, oh my German Shepherd, Nadia, quit that. We're going to be doing blockers as a whole, including electricity doors, and that's doors that open when the power is turned back on. So you are going to have a link in the description again, and it is going to take you to another WinRAR download page where you will find this zip file. Inside of this are some prefabs that I made for you so that each time you want to do a door, you don't have to worry about pulling up a video and putting in all the KVPs and stuff again. So you're going to want to, of course, put those inside of your prefab file space. So I would drag them in, but I already have them right here. Now once you have that in, let's go into your map into Radiant. Good girl. Don't sigh at me. Okay, so once you are back in your map, open up the prefab browser. If you were not here for last video, the way we open our prefab browser is we go up here, and then we go down to prefab browser, and if you click on that, it will bring up the window, and you can put the window where you'd like the window to be. And I want to apologize for the locale. I know that in the first video, I talked about how we'd be creating a map kind of together along doing kind of a doing kind of a development thing together. So as we developed our map, we added our features and all that kind of stuff. And I am going to be bringing back that model, but right now I'm kind of constructing a map that we can do that on. So once we get to the tutorials that are about things like more in-depth patching and that kind of stuff, that's when we will move back over there. Okay, so once you are back into your map, come over here to your prefab browser like I previously said, and choose one of these. We are going to go through each of these together one by one. So starting with the swinging door, drag that in, and it'll be a barrel for you. Now what you're going to want to do is once you have this in, you actually can do multiple things at this point. You can either keep it as a prefab and work on it from there, and the way you do that is you'd you'd shift click on it, and then you'd right click on it, and then you would go to prefab, enter prefab, and then you would go up here and you would save as, and then you'd go and you'd save it as its own thing, not editing the actual main prefab, and then from there you could just continue to do that for each door, which is always an option. But for the sake of this tutorial, we are actually just going to stamp the prefab and use the prefab that way. So right clicking the prefab, go over to prefab, click on stamp prefab, and now your prefab will be in three pieces. You will have your clip, your trigger, and then your actual model in the middle. So let's start with the model. Let's make the model a door real quick and then put it in place. Now once you've chosen a door, take it and then just put it in like whatever you have, a door frame, anything like that, and then do the same thing with the trigger and the clip. But take the trigger and put it out further so that they can more easily walk up to and buy your door without having to like mash their face against it. And with the clip, take it and actually clip the door properly so they cannot walk through the door. Now once you have your different brushes, your three different brushes in order here, you're going to want to go, and we're going to go from the trigger, then into the door, then into the clip, and set everything up that isn't set up already. So the trigger used right here absolutely must have zombie_door as its target name, and it has to have a user-defined cost, zombie_cost, and finally it needs to target, and whatever it's targeting will be the actual name of your door. So let's go with A. So it would be targeting this first door right here. So make a target A, and now it's looking for the door. That's what this is. If this is happening, that's a good thing. Now press H to hide the trigger, and now select the door. Once you've selected the door, Scroll down in its entity info until you find target name. Make its target name whatever the name, or rather whatever you told the trigger to target. So in this case, zombie door A. And now, because this is a swinging door, it will have a script string for rotate. It will have a script angle for the coordinates to which, or rather the coordinates, how much it will rotate, not to where it will rotate. We'll get into that in a second. And then finally, script flag will be for entering other zones, and there will be a special episode coming out specifically for zones. So, in order to figure out how we want this to rotate, because this door, if a door has its origin point right here, that means it will rotate from this point whenever told to rotate in game. So it will rotate from its hinge. So let's just go with it would be this direction because the door is a left door. Yes, LT left. Okay, so here's how you get your coordinates for the script underscore angles. You take it, and then you rotate it. So rotate it however much you think it will need to rotate. I would go with... I'm going to turn it on a larger grid for this. 1, 2, 3... That'll work. So 0, 120, 0. So go back down into script angles and then put that in. 0, 120, 0, I believe. Yes. Once you have its script angles in, it should now, and of course reset it to where it was. So Control Y, put that back in place. Now put that back where it was. Now, that should rotate properly. The final thing we need to look at is its clip. So go into its clip, and the clip needs to have a target name that is the same as the door's target name. So in this case, zombie underscore door underscore A. Now if we hit Shift H and bring back the trigger, you see the trigger will be linked up with both the door and with the clipping. Let's move on to sliding doors. So you're going to want to take your sliding door.map and put it in here. It will once again be a barrel that you will then want to take and stamp. Now you have your pieces again. Choose a door once again. This time I will be quick. Okay, I just chose a door. I just chose a door really quickly. Excuse me, I just chose a door. And we're going to want to put that in the right place. And we're going to want to set up our triggers and our clip the same way we did, thank you Radiant, the same way we did for the other door. So now, this setup is very similar. It has one primary change the sliding door does. Make sure to set your trigger to target. You're going to want it to target, we'll just call this zombie door sliding, I guess. Sliding. Zombie underscore sliding. I think that's spelled properly. Hide it. And then go over here. And actually before that, just go to your clip and go ahead and set its name to target zombie underscore door underscore whatever you set it to. And then once you're done with that, go here. And I forgot to mention this. This is my bad. I'm going to have to put a notification, a warning at the very beginning, just in case someone doesn't want to watch to sliding doors. You must tick dynamic path on these. If you do not tick dynamic path, they won't work properly. You absolutely must tick dynamic path. After you've ticked dynamic path, you're going to want to come down here. Same deal with target name. Zombie underscore door underscore sliding. You can ignore script flag for now. We'll get to zoning very soon. And now for a sliding door, we'll have the script string move, and now it needs a script vector, which the coords go in. So I'm just going to take this model, and it's going to move excuse me? Oh, down here. Down here. Down here is where you look for this. So its starting coords are... Oh, you don't even need to remember them. Down here it will tell you. So if we take this and we go over here, we will put 0 minus 56, 0. So in order for that to slide properly, we just go into vector 0 minus 56, 0. And now you have a functioning sliding door. Next is debris. Debris, I wouldn't say it's any more complicated. In this case, if you wanted to, you could just continue using the barrel. So set up your trigger the same way you have previously. Target name zombie debris. Zombie cost 1,000, and it's going to target. We're going to call this zombie underscore debris underscore and A. So let's give it like a you always want to keep this stuff like tracked. So don't like name their target names random stuff like the this one's target name absolutely must be zombie debris, and these ones target names absolutely must be zombie underscore door. They cannot be a different thing, but the like target of the trigger and then the target names of both the clip and the model they're connected to can be basically whatever you want. So don't make them random stuff. Make sure that you keep them organized. And so for the debris, the clip is the exact same thing. Target name, zombie underscore debris underscore A. And then replace the... you don't have to if you don't want to. Make sure you make the target name of the debris what you have set the trigger to target, and then like if you want to you can change this to something else. I'm gonna, can I just get a, is that big enough? That's big enough to that's, yeah, that's big, that'll stop him. Is this a better size? Whatever, who cares. And once you have that, you want to actually add another KVP to this. You're going to tell this to target, and once again this could be targeting I believe whatever you want the target name to be. I'm going to call it zombie underscore fly to underscore A. And then this node, just in case you haven't, like, just in case you didn't notice this is actually part of the prefab. If I pull the prefab back out here, you'll see this script node right here on it. Well, this is actually where the debris will fly to. So make this thing's target name what you made. What'd I make it? Target zombie underscore fly to underscore A. Target name zombie debris, whatever. Yeah, sure, there. Okay, so once that targets that, that means that will now fly there. Like, wherever this is, this will fly. So let's just, I feel like the best way to test this is if I just put it up here. We'll know if it goes there. Yeah, that'll be hard to miss. And then, so that is all for your debris. Next and finally is electric doors. These are doors that open once the power has been turned on. So if we rotate this like this and move it down right here, and just go in, you're gonna want to stamp a prefab and then choose a door model. This is the best part. Now for your trigger is going to be a little bit different here. That is because the way your trigger works is this doesn't have a cost or anything, because obviously you don't buy it. It gets opened when the electricity turns on. So you actually just want this trigger where your player can walk up and see the trigger, and the trigger will give them a hint string that tells them the power must be turned on first. And then of course you want to make sure zombie, and you want to make sure it's targeting the door. Target zombie door power is what we'll call it. Boom. And now for your clip, target name, zombie door power. And finally, zombie door power. And these doors can be swinging or sliding. This one for you, the one you guys have, is going to be, it's going to be set up to be sliding, but in order to make this swinging, you just have to change the KVPs to what I previously told you about. So we're going to just let's go with -60, 0, -60, 0, 0. Don't make that mistake. Okay. That's all of our doors set up. Okay, we're in. We're in. Thank God. Okay, that door's working. And one thing you'll notice is this, you're like, if you see this and you think to yourself, oh, the doors doesn't have clip anymore. In actual zombies maps, actual Treyarch zombies maps, the few swinging doors that there are after they open, they do lose their clip. So sliding door is working properly. Clear debris. It worked. And finally, power door works. Very, very well done, everyone. Okay, so I thought I was done. I forgot to explain one thing to you guys, and that was, if you say the door that you want to make isn't a model, but is instead a brush. So if you wanted the door to be a brush, it would be, it's very easy. You'd have a trigger the same way you do here, except obviously you wouldn't have a model and you wouldn't have a clip because brushes are already colliding. They already have collision. So you wouldn't have to worry about anything regarding the clip. You'd just delete the clip, and then you would have the exact same KVPs that you have on the door, but instead of it being on a door model, you'd have it on a script. And this is, I have it hotkeyed, but if you go over here and open up your entity browser, which you can open up by right-clicking up here and going to it, it's right there. You can come over here to S is for script, script brush model, and you could have your brush model here, and you could have the brush model have the same KVPs as this model, and I think that brush models can also have a, excuse me, did it not make it a, didn't, okay. If you just slide brush model onto this brush, it will make it a brush model, thank you. Yes, and brush models even have a dynamic path that you click. I think before I send out these prefabs, I'm going to actually go through and click dynamic path and have a dynamic path on each of them. And then, like I said, on this brush model, you'd have the exact same KVPs, so target name, and then you would make it either rotating, but rotating doesn't really work with brush models. There's a way that you do rotating with brush models, and there's a Jaybird video on it. I'll put that in the description. But 9 times out of 10, if you're using a brush model, it's going to be sliding anyway, and it would just have like the same sliding KVPs as the sliding door did, and so it's that simple. Just know that on a script brush model door, you actually don't have to have the clip KVP, you don't have to have the clip, because this is already colliding, this already has collision. So that is a hypothetical, just in case you wanted to make a script brush model into a door. Thank you for watching this video. I thought I was done a second ago. I am actually done this time. In the next video will be lighting, and then immediately after lighting will be zoning. And then after zoning, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I do have a game plan though. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment section.